Hi, my name's Coach Carly, and I am one of the coaches as well as the studio manager here at Orange Theory Fitness Appleton. I'm so excited to be your coach for your first workout with us. So when you come into the studio for your first class, you're going to be assigned a station number, and you will go to that station number for the entire class. So coming in, you're going to find your rower based on the station number you were given. First thing, we want to get those feet plate adjusted. The bigger the foot you have, the fewer amount of holes you need showing. So for instance, I know exactly how many holes I need showing. We can definitely help you get those feet plate adjusted when you come in. And you're going to slide those feet in there one at a time. You want those plates adjusted so that the strap is coming across the widest part of your foot. It's one continuous strap, so you want to make sure you pull tightly on both sides at the same time, getting that nice and tight around that widest part of the foot. Also going to want to turn that monitor on. That power button is going to be in the left-hand corner of your rowing monitor. So here at Orange Theory Fitness, we love to utilize the rower. It's actually the second highest calorie burner behind cross-country skiing, and you're working 84% of your total body muscles whenever you utilize the rower. So it's a great way to add in some cross training, get some low impact cardio, but also build that muscle and strength. So before we get started, we always want to sit up nice and tall, core engaged, keeping those shoulders down and back. You're going to reach forward for that handle, palms facing down, thumbs tucked under, and we're going to break this up into 3 separate components. We want to think about rowing as legs, core, arms, and then arms, core, legs. So first you want to focus on powering back through those legs, leaning with that core, and pulling that handle between belly button and sternum height. On the way forward, you're going to lead with those arms, sit up straight with that core, and return those legs to that starting position, reaching over that water tank each time you go forward. Rowing is 60% power from the legs, 20% from your core, and 20% from those arms. You want to think about going back on 1 powerful count, pause, and then taking 2 patient counts on the way forward. So when you're rowing, you're going to see some numbers popping up on this rowing monitor. In the upper right-hand corner, that's going to be your unit of power for the day. Today it's set up in watts, but that can vary depending on what we're doing in class that day. In the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see your distance. Typically it's set up in meters. You might see that in a different unit of measure sometimes, but that's going to show you how far you're traveling on the rower. In your bottom left-hand corner, you're going to see your duration, the total amount of time you've been on the rower. And then in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see your strokes per minute. You'll learn a little bit more about that once we get in the studio. So like I said earlier, when you come into the studio, you're going to get that station assignment. When you come over to the floor, you're going to want to find the station number that you were assigned to, always sticking with that same number. You're going to have your own set of weights, your TRX, miniband, Abdolly, any equipment that you might need for that day is going to be right here waiting for you. Know that we can always help you find a different weight selection from either the center rack or the racks by the windows. Feel free to flag me down in your class if you need help finding a weight selection that's better for you, depending on what exercise we're doing. So before each block of work, I'm always going to demo the exercises for that day and provide you with options in case you need something different to do. If you forget what we're doing or how many reps of something you're supposed to do, you can always take a glance up on our screens. Our VVAs will be playing in real time, where you'll be able to see the exercise, and then the number underneath it in orange is always going to be the rep count. So that's how many times you'll do that specific exercise before moving on. And again, if you ever forget, I'm always here if you can flag me down with questions. So sticking with your same station number, you're going to come up on Find Your Tread. When you step up on here, a few things to take note of. At your belly button height, you're going to see a green and red start and stop button. That is how you'll get the belt moving. Always want to make sure you have both feet on the belt before you press that start button. You're also going to see your name pop up on this computer screen. I'm wearing our core heart rate monitor around my chest. You can go ahead and click into your name, confirm that that's you. You'll be able to see all of your heart rate monitor data right on your screen. On this left-hand side are going to be your quick touch buttons for your incline. So you can opt to either go to an incline directly from here, or we also have our up and down arrows at belly button height. The right-hand side is going to control your speed, and those are quick touch buttons as well. And we also do have that up and down arrow here. Our biggest rule here with our treadmills is we just ask that you don't jump the rails. What is jumping the rails, you might ask? That means when you're going really fast and you stop and put your feet to the side while your treadmill is still moving. We care about your safety here, and if you forget that belt is moving and step back on, there's potential for injury. So if you do ever need to come to a screeching halt stop, you can always pull this red emergency pull cord and it'll shut the belt down, or you can bring it to a 2 or a 3 for that walk if that's a safer option for you. So on our treadmills at Orange Theory, you have the option to be a power walker, jogger, or a runner. So everyone has the ability to do whichever they're most comfortable with. If you're gonna choose to power walk, you're gonna mainly manipulate your intensity using our incline here on the left-hand side. Runners and joggers, you're mainly gonna use speed over here on the right-hand side to add and change that intensity. You're gonna hear 3 terms when you come to class: base, push, and all out. These are gonna correlate to feelings of intensity. Your base pace is something that you'd want to be able to hold for about 20 to 30 minutes if needed. It's challenging but doable. You can maintain it. Your push effort should feel uncomfortable. You're pushing out of that comfort zone, getting a little bit uncomfortable. You wouldn't really want to be there for maybe more than 5 or 6 minutes without a little bit of a recovery time. And then your all out effort is kind of that top end of your intensity zone. Anytime we go all out at Orange Theory, you're always going to have a walking recovery to follow. And all out, you'd never be asked to hold for more than a minute at a time. And remember, this is your class, so always going where you're comfortable based on how you're feeling that day. So excited to have you in the studio for your first class and to be a part of our Orange Theory Fitness family.